Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Cashflow Digital, where we are sponsored by press releases from 38 Digital Market. The link is below, and we actually have the man himself back, back, and he's alive and well. But he's in the car. But anyway. He is alive. That's the main thing.
There were questions.
Yeah.
He's a mute now, but he's alive.
I'm alive, bro.
There he goes.
I thought
is it still cold there?
We actually, this last week, dude, we hit 60 and 50. It melted all of a sudden. Snowed up until like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, it's you never know what the fuck is gonna be here.
Winter, dude. Like seriously, a long winter, man. Yeah. I spent all day yesterday sitting at the park in the sun with my daughter and her friend, and I was just like, yeah, dude, it was nice.
Hey, people are asking who the new guy is.
He's pretty. Prettier than you, bro.
He's here to make us look good. There you go. He's gone. Yeah, he's fired.
He's the new guy. But
how's you're in between events? I guess you just went to Vegas to hang out in between.
Yeah, just fucking around in Vegas, recovering from COVID.
You had COVID?
No, I had COVID like 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I just felt like shit. So I was at that first event, Mastermind Mansion, and I felt like fucking dog shit.
You gotta have an IV for that one.
Dude, I needed something. But so now I'm just hanging out in Vegas now. I go to Phoenix on Thursday.
You driving down or are you gonna fly?
I'm gonna fly. Fuck that, dude. 5-hour drive or a 1-hour flight. So,
I bet it's a nice drive though.
Dude, I can't drive in fucking 33-degree heat, man. I'll fucking fade away.
How the fuck is it 33 degrees in Vegas?
Dude,
isn't it like 107?
Well, yeah, same thing.
I'm
yeah,
just fucking with you. Yeah,
that is literally burn your balls off.
Dude, yeah, you walk out and it just fucking hits you, and there's no humidity either, so it's just like straight heat.
I like the dry heat much better than humidity, man. Like down in Texas where my family's at, like it's brutal, dude.
Indiana, the humidity is terrible. They complaining about it around here. I'm like, you know nothing about humidity. Shut up.
Dude, I can't expand this. You guys are like literally like this big on the screen, dude.
That's literally how big we are now.
That's what she
said. Hello, Salal and William Big Bill. Good to see you, mate. Still sunning my balls off in Vegas.
Have you got out and done anything, or you just sitting in the? You got a B&B, right? Were you trying to stay at MGM?
He got a hotel, and he had to leave like I would have because he would have had to kill people and go be by himself. So
was that MGM that you were trying to check into?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to hit that place right, or you're going to be waiting. They move it through quick, but
they move it through quick. So I checked in, stayed one night, dude, but it's too busy, man. Fuck.
You don't like just being able to walk downstairs, there's a Starbucks there, grab a Starbucks, go back up.
No.
I'd prefer to stay like on the strip in case I want to do anything. Have you been going on the strip or?
Yeah. It's only like a 15-minute drive, so I've got a car, so I can just go down there. But yeah, I'm not one for staying. Dude, I'm sitting with my laptop at the fucking pool, right? The pool is like a fucking 20-minute walk. Is
it like a community pool?
Yeah. But I'm sitting there with my laptop and I'm just chilling, and some fucking slob gets out the pool, drips all over me and all over my fucking laptop, and I'm like, are you fucking taking the piss?
Who's the sponsor, dude?
What was that? Sorry?
Who's the sponsor?
It's Rodet.
Randy Rodet.
Ah, right on.
Press releases.
What is it? 3 something? I can't read it. It's so small.
38 Digital is his company. Yeah.
38 Digital Market.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that happens to me at the club, though. You know, someone stands up, they're dripping all over me. It sucks, but you know, it's kind of you take the good with the bad sometimes.
No comment. Honey's here. Nerdy Romero's here. Honey says,
And we just found out that's not the same honey from the events either. So
yeah, it's not Honey Witcher.
It's a different honey, I know.
yeah, I just like still pretending because that seems like a picture that the honey that we know would pick. I feel like she has that tattoo.
Yeah,
You should ask her if she has a tiger tattoo, Craig. Next time you're gonna see her, she'll be in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Spring training, yeah.
Um,
Oh gosh, I was gonna go, but then I was like, no.
To spring training? Yeah.
I was thinking about popping out.
There's
there.
a lot of people. That'd be fun.
Harry
You can
Mike,
hang out with people you haven't seen for a few years, Mike. It'd be fun.
I'm good, bro.
You sure?
I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
good PR service from Randy, says
Nice.
James Brewer.
It's top of the line. Yeah.
Questions, folks. Questions. Where have you been, Mike? Mike's been sunning his balls off in the snow.
We posted a video that we got of him a few weeks ago. Walking through the woods, drinking an ale.
Yeah, they found me. They finally caught me, dude.
Thank you.
Hello SEO worries.
Worried.
Brad's a warrior.
I look like it.
Dude,
I worry when I have to do
Playing
taxes.
the Nintendo right there, and I can't hear anything but the squishy of the freaking.
What's he
jumping.
playing? Ask him.
The end is nigh. It's like Super Meat Boy. It's like a platformer, like Mario on crack, dude.
Really? Hey,
Yeah,
are
it's
you gonna
really
take him to see
difficult.
the new Mario movie? I heard it's pretty
He
good.
wants to. Yeah, he wants to go this week. I'm down with D&D. I want to go see Dungeons and Dragons, man.
I heard that's solid too. I heard Air is good about Nike.
Yeah.
This kid did the end.
that was like me last week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
right after the show, everyone, Craig's like, yeah, that was a good show. Fuck off. And then like, mid-sentence, I was talking, yeah, we had a good click.
I can't keep from breaking it, dude.
Mike, I done it to Brad last week. I was closing down the tabs on my browser and I'm half talking to him and I just cut him off and he's like, fuck, that was a quick exit. I literally cut him right off straight after the show. It was funny.
Dude, Steph is looking forward to seeing you and family in Vegas in summer, bro. She's looking forward to the trip.
Vegas will be fun. Vegas.
What hotel is it? You said it's at
Caesar's Palace.
Caesar's, yeah.
I think I'm going to get a house, man.
Stay in the hotel.
This fucking house I'm at, it's like 10-15 minute drive to
Yeah.
Caesar's Palace, and
I just want a pool.
a pool, chill out during the
They
day.
have a pool at at every single hotel. Caesar's has a
Yeah,
nice
but then
pool.
there's a bunch of people that I don't want to be around.
Tim Schmidt, we see him at the pool. See
Oh,
Dirty
dude.
Juice on a bender.
Dude, yeah, no doubt, dude. I was talking about some of that recently with Steph, man. It's
You
funny.
shouldn't. That's not a good
No, I shouldn't. I should never remember any of my.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you remember a fucking thing. So,
Right.
But
Man, what about the SEO stuff in here? What are we talking about?
we haven't talked SEO since you left.
I'm sure.
We call it the Power Hour.
have you tested Google Bard?
No, I'm not going to.
Well, it is
Google what?
Bard,
Bard.
their
I
AI.
don't know.
No, I think it's rushed. So let them get it right.
I've done.
It's going to be the difference between GBT1 and whatever they got now 4 now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not going to be. They're rushing it just to have it.
I got an article talking about Chat GPT 5 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
When's
came out
that?
before.
March 2024, right? For ChatGPT 5.
Something, dude.
Yeah, I'm not even worried. I still don't have my API for 4. I don't think.
Honestly, there's like it doesn't like the stuff that I use. I'll just use whatever's still in there. It doesn't matter as long as you freaking do it right and you do your map right first. Then you're good, dude. Whatever's writing, I still a lot of times would rather use Spintax and Mashup, man.
It's working. I mean, who asked how the update's doing? I just checked the site that we have the plugin on, and it's basically I put the plugin on it, did a bunch of mass page. That's all I did with it, and it's ranking like nationally for.
It does like 6K, doesn't it?
That one does, yeah. So
Yeah. No, it's not rocket science, dude.
No. If it was, I wouldn't be able to do it.
That's why we can write link rank, dude. I was actually looking at the back end, and the fact that we've like coupled onto like all of Google's machine learning, and honestly, if you just take what they're doing and you piggyback on Google, you make money.
Piggybacking is good.
It is.
Good. But on that update,
You're going to give me a piggyback ride next time I see you, Craig, whether you want to or not.
did you keep hiding? I said that you come into Vegas and you
I
said
can't come to Vegas. Mike knows.
so,
It's too expensive for me. I can't afford that.
It's a soul. It costs you a soul and a family.
Good luck getting it. I'm already in the negative on that. So I just pray that God gives me a fuck so I can give it to you, Craig.
But
I love people like you, Brad.
Who does?
God.
Yeah, he does. As an example. Yeah.
An example.
Smite thee. I tried to get Kelsey didn't want to watch it, but I tried to get the whole family to watch the 10 Commandments because that was like, you know, everyone watches that on Easter, or they did back in the day, like the old one. I realized it was 5 hours. But so I was walking around the house, like no one has a reference point or anything. I was like, Pharaoh, let my people go. Like the whole time. They're like, what the fuck does that mean? But I just kept saying it.
We did we actually did scripture every night from like Palm Sunday to Easter. It was actually a good week, bro. Like we had a good Sunday too. We went over to a friend's house for like dinner and crap and did a outdoor Easter egg hunt. It was good.
Yeah, I made steak. I feel like I should have made like lamb or something, but I didn't.
Yeah, it should have made lamb.
Thursday, I went in the gym. I was like, well, happy Palm Thursday. And they're like, what? I was like, happy Palm Thursday. And then just like would walk away from people. But
did you really?
Yeah.
You're funny.
Yeah. They didn't think so.
I do. I think you're hilarious, bro.
You're the only one.
That's probably true, but it's all right.
But Harry Minge wants to know what the latest Google update is about. What do you guys think it's about?
Which one?
They just came out with one. Like, I mean, it's all content linking. You got to like small variations in how you do your content, what kind of links you're putting out.
I'm sure they're rescoring some markets and looking at a couple different factors in markets and detecting certain things.
I tell you what, I was on the phone to Chris Palmer prior to this, and he is seeing a bunch of variation keywords. So he's been rewarded for one keyword, but tanking for variations of the keyword. So
like meaning actual modifier of that same keyword or like additional entity type terms. Yeah, so the modifier. That makes sense. They also targeted a lot of over the last, I would say, 5 months, they target a lot of the CTRFI style bot shit that I saw. Like there's some coincidences in there too, but they started poking at certain things. But I think that a lot of that is like 10 years old anyways. We started testing that stuff in 2014 and it started working back then. So they're kind of moving on and moving into like a little bit more advanced shit, I think, with metrics and other things. But I'll tell you right now, like our sites are doing really well when they're mapped properly. And when you launch your content properly, like they do very well without linking. They do very well with out internal structures. It's an interesting
internal linking.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking interesting right now, bro. Like there's a lot of cool shit going on, and that's like what we've been putting into like link rank. Like if you're monitoring what they're doing in your market and you're using the data properly, and then using proper content creation, aka like spinning it right or doing AI right or having it handwritten right, you will rank. Like we're talking about 1,000% increases in traffic, dude.
That's what it's all about. Got to do the grind. James Moore's asking, is anyone drinking any Bud Light over there?
Yeah, I've got one shoved halfway up my butt right now.
You're a beer butt turkey, dude, or a beer butt.
Beer butt. Yeah. Beer can chicken.
Yeah,
that's what you can call me.
Beer can.
Beer can.
No, I haven't had a drink in 3 years almost, dude.
Yeah, that's nice. I never was a big Bud Light person anyway. I'm a Corona or Miller Lite. So
Post
the
my-
rainbow wouldn't bother me though. They can put unicorns on a Miller Lite can. I'll still drink it.
Nice.
I think it was a bad move honestly, from a PR perspective, it was a bad move on Budweiser's perspective, because you got to know your audience, and like, even if you think it's the right thing to do, or all these other beer companies are doing it, then it's like you got to think about what's right for your business, and it goes for anything. But yeah, like it makes no sense given their target market why you would do that, just to, I mean, I don't know, but it's gonna, it's gonna piss off a huge portion of your market. Yeah, and there's no need. Just keep pumping out that fucking blue can and ride that shit out. It doesn't make sense. But I don't care, again, if there's any rainbows or transgender people.
I'm gonna follow Craig to Thailand this year and chase him around.
Are you going over there?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I'm just saying that. I'll just follow Craig around.
Dude, they would love taking pictures of you, as tall as you are.
I'll just go around taking pictures with short people.
Yeah.
Too bad I don't have golden hair.
You can be my guy. But James Moore says Bard's been great for the outputs he's got so far. Get outline from Bard, then stick it into ChatGPT to expand on it.
That's a good one. I like using it just to parse data more than anything. GPT.
Yeah. That's got its uses.
You like using what?
GPT to parse data. It makes it a lot easier. What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, I've been using. There's a dude that launched a thing called GPT Boss, and he's been writing models for different types of employees. Shit's sick, bro. Like, you've got your digital marketer, you've got your finance person, like someone that does your funnels. Like, it's useful, very useful. When these models are written properly, like, and trained properly, they do well. We've been training stuff for some of the markets we're in the US right now, like the models and everything. And honestly, that's the way to go. It's just, so if you're in a market, train up a model, fine tune the model, and then use that instead of just talking to a fucking chat bot.
But interesting question here, and I need to tell you a story about this guy, Lee Bandoni. What's the biggest investment in time you've spent with your lowest return, and in what niche? Now, let me just give you a little insight into Lee. I got my earwax cleaned about 6 months ago. I go to someone, they suck out all the fucking earwax with this machine.
Just some chick that licks in your ear.
Yeah.
Don't you have Q-tips over there?
No, that pushes it further in.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten the at-home kit where you spray the shit in your ear and you use that thing?
It's just weird, dude. Go get a freaking perm too.
Yeah, Jerry curl.
But anyway, I done a TikTok video on it, and Lee seen this TikTok video and then started his own ear cleaning business.
That's rad, dude.
Story. I'm actually going to do a podcast with him because it's quite a cool story. So he's seen a TikTok video and thought, fuck, I'm going to get this shit, and I'm going to.
Where's he based? Over like around here?
Glasgow. Yeah. He's like 3 or 4 miles.
I had a doctor ask me about marketing Botox for men's junk because it makes it bigger.
Can you give me the doctor's number? I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I'll send him over to you. It's the same kind of thing, though. There's so many random weird things you can do in the world and make money. It's like, I don't understand why people say they can't make money.
But what have you invested in, and it's giving you the lowest return? Is there any niches that Lee needs to avoid?
Mine usually get weeded out like the initial keyword research phase. So it's more of a time thing at that point. Like I'm looking at, I can't think of one specific one, but I'm like looking into something for like a few hours. I'm like, fuck this shit. So, I mean, I stick primarily in substance abuse now, but
I'd say the mortgage market for me, bro, is the biggest loss return.
it's the biggest loss if you take into account potential return that we could have gotten.
Stolen? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I think actual loss return.
At AdSense.
I think that it was, for me,
my biggest, I guess.
That was a big loss return. But from a market standpoint, I had, it was in property management back in like 2007. It did well for a while, but it collapsed like at the very end, and I lost pretty much everything on that I put in. Good job, buddy.
The problem is people going after niches and they have no way to monetize them. It's the biggest issue I see. Oh, this one's an untapped niche. If you can't provide the services yourself, then don't, and you don't have anyone to sell the calls to, don't do it. Rank and rent shit. I've seen so many people waste their fucking time on that and not be in niches that you can't monetize yourself. Like you can't, at the very least, throw a number up and get paid on the calls. Then you're going to lose out on that, in my opinion, because it sounds easy to, I'm just going to call this guy up and it's already ranking and we'll just sell him, blah. I've heard a few people that have been able to get clients that way, but
I don't like that model. The closest thing I ever did was ranking people, like ranking brands, and then calling the brands up and saying that competitors were going to advertise on their pages and selling them advertising. And that was a long time ago. It was a little shady to do to people, honestly, admittedly, to threaten them that I'm going to advertise with your competitors. But
it could be true.
Yeah, rank and rent now. What's that?
I said it could be true too. I mean, it's not a lie if you're like, I'm going to go to your competitors.
It's
if you
not
do
a
not
lie,
sign on,
too,
and then you do it when they don't.
Still,
my biggest
little shady.
Thinking back in the day when I was like first, I had some SEO under my belt, but then I joined OMG and I was like, I'm gonna do this niche. I'm gonna do this niche. Real estate agents seem like a waste of fucking time, in my opinion. Because none of them want to pay. Most of them don't want to pay. So I had like this real estate site, what was it? Real Estate Greensboro. The biggest waste of fucking time. I had to take the whole site down because it was GreensboroRealtor.com. And unbeknownst to me, the actual word realtor is a trademark term that you're not supposed to be able to use unless you give them money. So I got a cease and desist and had to take the whole site down after I got it ranked. Top 10, but it was just those shitty little, like old school looking, like it's got an article on and no kind of conversion optimization, no way to like make money on it. It's just people do that kind of shit. But if you're learning, then is it really a waste?
Dude, the church is building a temple in Charlotte, bro.
Nice. I'm going to Charlotte
and
tomorrow.
I'm coming to convert you, dog.
No, you're not. To LDS?
Yep.
Yeah. Any club that invites you in, I don't want to be a part of.
No, I'm not inviting you in, bro. I'm pulling you in.
Yeah. What was that called? All the white people did it to the natives. Colonizing. Yes.
Colonizing? All the white people did it to the natives. No, that was called mass genocide, bro.
Well, it was that too, but the nicer term is colonizing.
I got to go take my kid to the orthodontist. We're here. So I'm going to be back next Tuesday if you're here, Craig. But thanks for letting me jump in.
No worries, dude. Catch you next week.
Later.
All right, later.
But Lee Bandoni, just to one niche that I entered was the e-cigarette niche years ago.
Was that brutal?
It was brutally competitive, but the legal. So I went. This is how I done it, Brad. So I seen the search volume, and I'm like, "Fuck, this is the one. This is the one."
That's one that Greg was huge into back in the day, e-cigs and shit.
But I spent a lot of time building the website out and a lot of time on SEO to find out further down the line that you couldn't do Google ads, social media ads. PayPal were the only people that would take payment for it. So there was a lot of red tape.
Were you not just doing affiliate?
Nah. So I had a drop shipper, and that's the other thing. The guy. So we thought we found the dog's bollocks when it comes to the drop shipper. It was a guy in his fucking kitchen that couldn't keep up with the demand that we were giving him. So that would be the niche that I put a lot of time and effort into for the least return, because these e-liquids are like $15 as well. So I just seen the search volume, didn't really consider the legal side of the business, the legality or the red tape surrounding it. and I didn't consider the average order value, and so I got a real shit return on investment from that. So
one of our clients ran into that. So they had a mud mask on Amazon, a bunch of products like that, but mud mask was their main one. They were bringing it, selling like 50,000 a day in mud masks or something fucking crazy. So he sold that business, the Amazon business. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get into this. So he wants us to do 2 site builds. He was what was the very first, like one of the Bitcoin MLMs that was out there? I can't remember what it's called. Do you remember what that was? It was a network marketing type thing, but it was based around Bitcoin. And then the government fucking shut it down because it was a complete scam. So same invoice, he had me build out a site around Bitcoin and stuff like that to get it going. So that cost him, big money. And then he had us build out, he wanted to start a supplement company. So it was all this, what was it, like testosterone, apple cider vinegar, like 4 or 5 or 6 different types of supplements. So we get that site up and running for him. We build him like with the first couple months SEO. He wanted to go ahead and pay it. He wanted to pay us a big chunk because it was at the very end of the year. So he wanted a bigger write-off. So we're like, sure. So we built him 35 grand for the 2 sites and then a bunch of SEO content and shit like that. We get it. We keep working it, get it all up. His Bitcoin site gets shut down because he can't send to this MLM because they got fucking obliterated in court. So he lost the money on that. And then I didn't know to look into it. He didn't look into it. He fucking should have. He couldn't, like, Stripe would not accept anything for supplements or anything like that. Like they considered it pharma, and you can't do it. You've got to find this very specific person. He was from Australia, trying to get approved through this UK company, and they're like, just send us your driver. He's like, I don't have a US or UK driver's license that I can send you and shit. So yeah, he lost 35 grand on that, but
fuck,
it wasn't my money.
Sucks ass.
Well, yeah, he didn't look into it, so.
But Honey has a question. Does a link shortener 301 pass link juice?
Yes.
And does 302 redirect help indexing?
I would just throw it through an indexer. I've never tested if a 302 helps indexing at all, but yeah, just throw it through an indexer, SendBite or whatever you want. Throw it through GSC. But yeah, 301 will pass link juice. I know a lot of people, I used to use them a lot more. I see more of a push if I'm going direct, but if you're just trying to build up in 301 and get the power from an existing domain, but then that can be an expensive way to link build. So yeah, it does. So
hopefully that helps you, Honey. How's your curtains, Brad?
My curtains, they look the same. Which way do I go? That way? Yeah. Still the 11s on them.
There you go.
Then I've got the beach cafe from YouTube. Nice. Oh, yeah, it's a nice vibe. Then a dead dog on the couch. So.
Those dogs don't ever move. They're like...
This one does. Watch. See?
Ah.
He moves. The other one's at the groomer.
Oh, man. Nerdy says, John Mueller says branded traffic doesn't help you rank. What do you think about that?
Branded traffic does not help you rank?
Yeah.
It helps you rank.
Yeah, exactly. Anything that said do the opposite, and you probably need a
most of the time, yeah.
But to see that branded traffic doesn't help you rank is fucking insanity.
It's ridiculous, yeah. Why the fuck? Like, ask Coca-Cola if it helps them rank for Coca-Cola. They found you. Is that on your end? Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah.
Someone's gonna scale over the wall here in a second.
Alex, good to see you, mate. Alex is saying young clusters got hit in the update there.
That site that I had bought from Otis and just had a bunch of AI content, it is still looking fucking good. It's crazy. I need to do more with that site. I need to start linking. I have not.
Get your finger out. Kyle Starkey is laughing. Flavia, do you know any software which can manage multiple Google Search Console accounts?
No, I usually just try and keep them separate, to be honest. One good one, what the fuck is that called? Session Splitter. I would probably go with that. Then you can set them up on different IPs, and it's just like what's that? That one from back in the day. Session Splitter is better though.
Ghost Browser?
No, not Ghost Browser.
Browsio.
Browsio.
Yeah.
It's like an updated version of that. It's a lot better. The nuclear version is what is that? It's ugly as shit and hard to use, but just go with Session Splitter. Set it up on an IP.
Yeah. Can vouch for Session Splitter. Reach a new 1% audience and alienate 90% who actually drink it.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense. Bud Light.
OneCoin was the name of that.
No, it was something else. I wish I could remember what it was. It was like a whole network. It was bit something. Keep going. I'm going to try and see.
Tonya, what is your opinion on backlinks from PDF files? What if the same PDF file will be hosted on many domains and indexed? You ever done anything like that, Brad?
I never dealt a lot with PDFs. I mean, you can do it as a different site type, but I can't see you getting much of a push from a bunch of PDFs. It makes sense. Like if you want to do a bunch of PDFs and then just upload them to an S3, get it indexed, potentially you could get rankings off that. I know what she's talking about. And then if you want to link from those down the road as like a PBN, but then you're still going to have to push juice to it. So I'd rather go with an expired domain, Mininet, whatever you can get.
I've just got a question for you, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a PDF file?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good acronym.
That was a bad
all I can think is something fuck. Yeah. Pistic fuck. Yeah, that's what a PDF is.
Oh man. The only thing John says is it depends. I mean, he's obviously got a job to do and stuff like that, but
who? Oh, John. Yeah. It depends. That was a big when Russell was doing a bunch of shit. But it depends.
Yeah. Have you Darren Muzzy got my joke? Thank you, Darren. Don't be fucking stealing it. It's the best I've got, dude. Still early in the morning here. But
yeah, I was surprised you're getting on this.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. I enjoy getting up and doing a bit before I can sunbathe all day.
It's that laptop lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where's all the ladies? Do you have no one out there? Are you out there with anyone or no?
Oh, I'm on my own.
By yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mad Singer's a friend. He was in Vegas the last 2 days, but I've been fucked, dude. I just wanted to hibernate for a week and sunbathe, chill, early nights, do a bit of work. I'm not here to party or fuck all, so I needed some vitamin D.
That's a big ass fucking town.
Yeah.
OneCoin. It may have been BitConnect. That doesn't sound right though. Anyway, sorry, I get sidetracked.
Have you heard or used Soki?
No. What is it? What's it do, Kyle?
Let's have a look. Soki. Marketing platform for multiple brands.
No.
Meetsoki.com. Nah, not for me. But that doesn't mean it's not good because we haven't heard of it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Never came up in my radar. Plus social. But Lee Bandoni, what old school forums did you get the most value from?
I'll show you. You're not going to expect this.
Don't say Moz.
No, that's where I've gotten the most value out of forums. Post that in the chat.
I'm scared to click on that.
No, I promise it's real.
So Brad has
post that in the community chat or whatever.
Cobalt SS.net.
I'll tell you why. Because when I was first getting started, before I knew any kind of SEO or anything, I started out selling shit on eBay, like Cobalt parts, stuff like that. So then I was like, screw eBay. I don't want to pay their final value fees and shit like that anymore. I was getting some traffic from forums and stuff to the eBay listings and just giving out like, there's an extra $25 I had to give to eBay each time I sold it. So I learned web design and then used cobaltss.net. Had never heard of SEO, but used this. This was the main forum I used. And like just did that to push traffic to the site. And it unbeknownst to me, it was ranking for like Cobalt headers, Cobalt, whatever. And yeah, so that is the forum that I've made the most money off of, like directly, because you would get people talking about it. You get, the social proof going. And then eventually I got into SEO and shit. But yeah, before that, I was slogging through here manually. Find what's the best header. I'm like, oh, here's a good header, and send them fucking shit to my my website and stuff. And then I learned SEO, took over the front page for like Cobalt header. SS is like the souped up version of a Cobalt. It's a glorified Cavalier. But yeah, that was the most money I made from back in the day when thousands was a lot to me. I was making tens of thousands extra a year from that when I still had the day job and shit like that. I would process all the orders and box them up. Either I would come in early to work, box shit, and then ship it on my lunch. I had a 30-minute lunch, so I would shove down food for 10 minutes and then go, and I had 20 minutes to process orders. If I had anything left, anything left, I would do it like after work and shit. So that's how I got into internet marketing. So that forum led to what you see today.
I used to use a forum called the SEO Chat Forum, which is owned by Internet Marketing Ninjas now. That was the go-to place in the early 2000s.
I remember Black Hat World. Remember what was the other one? Warrior Forum. Yeah.
Another one.
I bought like a bunch of courses and shit off there from just random ass people when I was trying to learn SEO. Some good shit back in the day that actually worked,
I still browse Black Hat World now and again to see what's going on in there.
It's funny to see what comes up. Like if you're trying to figure something out, like random, like if you're looking for like a bot, like a spam bot or something like that already exists. That's great to use. Speaking of spam bots, do you or anyone in here know of a bot that will build citations? They don't have to be like top tier citations, just like easy citations to get, just like plug it in and get like 50 to 100 citations going to it.
No, but there definitely is a thing that does it, because I bought a bunch of citations the other day from someone on Fiverr, legit, and they literally spat them out
with that, right?
20 minutes. And
there's got to be a fucking way to do it. I can't find one. If you run across something, let me know. Or if anyone I'll buy it from you if you have one. But yeah, I need it because I want to save money in the long run on, buying them for.
Right. So this is going to sound terrible, right? I years ago had this thing where I wanted to unlock mobile phones, the software and all that kind of stuff to unlock mobile phones.
Yeah, jailbreak them.
Yeah. And I was quite into all that stuff, and I tried to buy this stuff, and I spoke to a guy locally in Glasgow, and he says, Craig, it's all, Indians and Pakistan guys that own this. They will never sell that software to a white man. Just never. That's just not what they do. They want to keep the money there. I'm not sure if it's the same with a lot of these fucking bots. I might just be talking shit here, but there's certain bots and shit that you just fucking can't get your fucking hands on. They're just not fucking hands on.
I've just never seen one for, I don't remember ever seeing one for sale, but it's like, you've got like a Yex, and I know they've got API access to everything. It's funny. I tried to create a chamber of commerce, just something simple. I was like, this seems pretty easy to create. You create one, chamberofcommerce.com. You create a listing on there, and you don't have anything to back it up or don't go through their API. Immediately, they're like, we couldn't verify you. Go fix your Google shit and Google GMB or whatever the business page, and then come back and try and claim your listing. I was like, well, fuck. That's their validation is Google. I was like, well, I can't do that right now. So,
Darren Muzzy says all the chicks are in the house waiting for me to be off. They are all in there, making sure that they.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to give a free cam show. So.
Yeah, exactly. Not with you guys hanging about.
I wouldn't either.
Tonya, any real evidence that advanced schemas are anything more than a place to stuff keywords? I don't think Google understands most of the stuff from schema.org.
I feel like it's a reassurance. It's not my step one, but Clint will surely stab someone for saying that it doesn't work. So I try and not piss off Clint.
Yeah.
Especially since you're going to see him this week,
Yeah. No comment on that. It's a hell of a big guy, man. And he's Clint's ex-military as well, right?
Yeah, he's retired, right? Yeah, he gets his check. He's like, I get paid regardless. I don't give a shit.
So, I'm not going to say anything about schema. It's all good. But nah, the guys, Clint, Terry Samuels, and all the other kind of guys out there that are doing a lot of stuff seem to be talking about it a lot and spending a lot of time on it. So there's got to be some form of benefit.
I just say it reinforces everything else you're doing. So.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do it, I don't do it on a lot of my sites. So don't do it if you don't see the benefit in it.
I am lazy with schema as well.
You been to the Bunny Ranch yet?
Nope.
You know what the Bunny Ranch is?
I heard the guys in my mastermind talking about it today, but I wasn't too sure.
It's in, I think it's in Reno. It's further out. It's like where the prostitution's legal. Prostitution's still illegal in like the county that Vegas is in, Clark County.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it is. They used to have like an HBO show.
Nice. They're also trying to send me to that Area 51.
Don't go there. You might meet someone you know.
One of your relatives.
Yeah. They're not as nice as me.
But Darren says forums still awesome for links, ranking, local shop for automotive niche.
Automotive it's always been crazy good for forums. I mean, any link that you can get traffic from is a good link, in my opinion. Whether it's follow, no follow, do follow, whatever. It's going to be solid. If you're getting traffic, I was getting traffic in sales. That's why I was driving my business with. And I know guys that built up. It's when we got into the Camaro stuff, like the Gen 5 Camaro stuff, people like dudes would open online stores, like e-com stores, selling nothing but like Gen 5 Camaro stuff. And like they built their business strictly on like selling on forums. I know multiple people that did that. And then when they killed the Cobalt, all the Cobalt guys switched over to like the Sonic and Cruise and shit like that. The smaller Caddy that came out. But yeah, it's, you run sales on there, everything. So if you're wanting to start an auto parts e-com site, use forums. But I did not want to do that the rest of my life.
Tonya, when building backlinks to a large website, 100,000 pages, what pages do you link to? How do you spread the links across the website? So how are you figuring out where you're pushing?
That's where your hubs have got to come into play. So you have like a page that you really want to push. You're going to push links to that first, and then you're going to, of course, reference a bunch of different articles within that, and that's going to bring everything up. Then once you circle back around, they're all the supporting are getting links as well that push back up to the primary pillar article. So you just got to hub, interlink, take it slow, take it like one keyword set at a time, like base your budget on that and just methodically go through your site if you don't have the budget to hit them all at the same time.
Hopefully that answers your question, Tonya. Dan Jones, what tool are you using for plagiarism detection? Copyscape.
Yeah, Copyscape's the OG. Just use that.
But there's a whole bunch of them out there, but Copyscape's always been my preferred choice. Dan, Darren is asking, when you're asking for the citation thing, is it for unstructured citations?
No, I want more structured, like a merchant circle, but not necessarily a merchant circle, like a legit like directory style website, like local directory.
But tier ones I just pay for on legit.
Yeah, I don't want to pay for thousands of. Yeah. Back to Tanya's question about linking to 100,000 pages. If you got 100,000 local pages and you want to get some link juice to each one of those, or solidify each one of those, then I'm not going to go to legit and buy for a 10,000 page site or whatever. So
yeah,
that's what I'm looking for, though, is something to just get something out there, and then I can start tiering to that if I want to. That's when I come in with the 2.0s. That's when I can come in with the GSA behind that as well. So
interesting. Mario's laughing.
About something.
Not sure what about. Tonya's asking, did you spot anything interesting regarding the latest core update?
No, I'm looking pretty good. I mean, indexation is always a pain in the ass with the kind of stuff that I do. But as soon as it indexes, then I see a bump. You just rip it like Palmer?
No, that was a car. Come on,
fuck. You sure?
Yeah, that was not a fart.
You start calling you Diesel.
Nah, I'm right on a main road behind that brick wall. But
did you ever meet Vic? He's pretty low, out of the spotlight now, but he was Bruno's partner for a while. You know Bruno, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever meet his partner Vic?
No. Is it Vic Smush?
Yeah, Smush. Yeah.
I've spoke to him. I think I've never.
He's one of the smartest dudes I fucking know. It's crazy.
Vic actually refers a few people to me. But yeah, I don't believe I've met him. I might have met him drunk at a conference at some point, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it's been a while since I saw him in a conference. He used to have a place out in Vegas. He sent me a picture and shit. Fucking high rise or whatever, all glass around, and you could see the fucking strip from his place. It was sick. Yeah, he's in Puerto Rico now, I think. But
I done a podcast yesterday with Bruno, and yeah, he was telling me he used to stay out here and shit like that. So it's a small world.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of places to go. I mean, if you're not staying at a hotel. What is that? SEOAP?
SEO Autopilot.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
You build citations with that?
Tier one's closest. I'm not sure if it's the citations in the way that you're asking. Not sure if they have a bulk setup with a CSV file. Time to ask ChatGPT to code it for you.
If I were that smart.
Yeah. But Tonya, back to that question on that update. Alex Mags Wellings says young clusters were hit.
That just comes down to an age thing then, in my opinion.
And Chris Palmer was talking about modifiers on keywords seemed to tank. He was rewarded for the primary, but the modifier tanked. Don't know why, but that's a couple of things that people have said. But other than that, just got to ride it out. But it's like the guy said earlier, it's always content or links. But there you go. Darren Muzzy says, make profiles first and then send out your citations. And wrong. Danza Kudrow. You should do an interview with Chad Focus, who's a rapper who got famous with Black Hat SEO and was in SEO 10 years before becoming a rapper. He is the Holly Starks of the music industry.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. The Holly Starks of the music industry. Would Chad take offense to that? Or did you see she's got COVID? I think I saw that on Facebook.
I seen that yesterday. She's due in spring training as well. On Thursday, she better not have it. She didn't actually say she had it. Someone in the house has got it. But
is that what it was? Yeah.
There was 4 COVID tests. I'm not sure if that's her just getting out of confirming she's got it. But yeah, there was 4 COVID tests.
What do you gotta wait now? 5 days, something like that. She'll be good by the time.
Thursday, Friday. I think it officially starts. I'm going down there on Thursday. But Friday, yeah. So she's got.
Yeah, she should be good.
A few more days. But it's whether you feel well enough after COVID to travel and talk to people and all that shit. Because I felt kind of cranky for a few weeks there.
I still feel cranky. I had it last summer.
I still feel cranky. You're just a cranky guy. But live F1 fan, has he really just given his real name away? Is that you? Yeah,
Danza.
I'm gonna Danza, because we've asked him so many times to get in touch and he's never done it.
I think that's him. It looks like it'd be him.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than fucking. I've done it before on a fake persona, or you thought you were on a fake persona and you fucking come in with your real name.
I hate when you're you think you're logged out of something and then you log into another profile. You're like, God damn it! I just connected those.
So Danza Kudrow, that is not him. It's the name of a song and 2 singers. And someone was recently released from prison for wire fraud after using his employer-issued credit card to fund his music venture, even though the people in the company originally approved. There's a documentary about him on Vice. So
I watched a documentary about Carl Icahn. It was interesting. Dude's a badass. The investor. Time, maybe, Jude. Time could be it, or CTR.
Time or traffic, yeah. At that point, what is the difference between position 3 and position 1? Is it the click-through rate and engagement? If you're getting 500 clicks a month, and the guy in the top position is getting 10,000 a month, and the guy in second position is getting 5,000 a month, you're going to need to do something to move that around, and a bit of paid traffic or funneling traffic in from somewhere, social media, email list, push notifications, whatever, and try and forums, yeah. Pinterest, fucking, I know guys that do really well getting traffic from Pinterest and stuff. So try that, Jude. That is likely to be the difference in position 1 to 3, in my opinion. Time for some CTR. Dan Jones, what are you currently using for indexation on large sites? Sinbyte. SINBYTE.com.
Just had a bot made for that will monitor. It'll check indexation, send anything that's not indexed over to Sinbyte, and then once it finishes, it'll run the indexation again. And keep doing it like you have to normally do manually with Sinbyte, but this will take care of it.
So Sinbyte seems to be the one that everyone's talking about just now, or
Nick told me about that one initially. Yeah, it's solid.
But yeah, do that, Dan. See if that works for you. Any experiments on TikTok or YouTube Shorts?
I wish TikTok had never been invented.
You spend a lot of time on it, right?
No, I don't. The wife does. I get on it. I'm like, oh, I can't say. But then my kids are like hooked on YouTube Shorts. I walk in, it's just like, on the TV. They're watching YouTube Shorts like nonstop. So.
But yeah, I've not done any experiments on that stuff.
I don't do anything with social, really.
But Harry Minge, have you moved to Google Analytics 4? I'm finding difficulties to make the change to the new system.
I've always converted to that kind of shit like last. Like when they force me to do it because I don't want to learn how to do it.
Is it May or July? I can't remember
I hardly ever use analytics anyway. I use GSC more than anything. Go from there.
But yeah, I'm similar to Brad where I don't like change. If I have to, eventually I'll get there. But I'd rather keep using the normal one, the one I've used for forever. So yeah, I've not converted and won't be until the last minute, until it's forced. And I hope they do get delayed because I know they're trying to push people. I think it's either by May or July. I can't remember the exact date, but it's probably the right thing to do to jump over. But
yeah, fuck it.
But is it transferring old data? That I couldn't confirm. In fact, it's not because I actually had a look at someone's and it wasn't pulling the old data because I'm like, what the fuck happened here? I'm not sure if that was just an issue with that particular person's website I was looking at, but they didn't have the old data on there. And I'm not sure if that's consistent across everyone's site or it was just towards that particular person that I was talking to. But with anything, I always try and leave it to the last minute where I can. Also, just make sure that any kind of bugs or whatever are ironed out prior to me jumping over. Mario, if I sell my site, I need my traffic info from analytics. Would I be able to access it or I need to export? So my advice, Mario, would be to export it. Whether you get access to it, whether that information gets lost, I would be exporting it just because obviously, that's potentially big money in the table for you. And people will, if I was doing due diligence on a website and let's say yours is there and I've got a friend that wants to buy it, the minute I see some kind of blip in that traffic, I'm going to be like, what the fuck? So, yeah, if you can get your hands on it, export it. That's a must, Mario. But any new tricks for YouTube videos? Nah, not that I've heard of. Or when I say we, I mean me and Chris Palmer talk about it a lot. But there's not a lot of new stuff going on with YouTube as such. No cool tools, no cool stuff that actually works. I've still never ever get round to trying a Vietnamese phone farm either. You ever play with stuff like that, Brad? I can't even hear what you're saying, Brad. I don't know.
No, that sounds too much like work. I had myself muted.
Too much like work.
BitConnect was that Ponzi scheme, by the way. Bitcoin Ponzi scheme. Yeah, that he was wanting me to build out an affiliate site for that. So I built it, and it was feeding in like Bitcoin news and shit like that. And I had to shut it down.
Dan Jones, would you ever consider doing a video where you show your process for doing the due diligence before buying a site? I will be. I'm actually launching a marketplace in the next few weeks to sell websites, and I will be doing a lot of stuff, a lot of content around that, and one of those will be the diligence and things to look out for. So I'm going to be talking a lot about that in the coming weeks and months, dude. So that will happen when the new marketplace launches in a few weeks' time. you don't talk to anyone that has some crazy farm. To be honest, dude, the farm thing doesn't. I'm not really into all that kind of stuff. You know, I know it's out there, but what's the point in going after that? It's not real people. I just don't see there being a lot of value in it unless
you don't consider Vietnamese people real.
Yeah, dude, I seen William Jones. I don't know if it was his or it was just a place that was local to him, and they literally had like 150 phones stuck on a fucking wall.
I believe it.
I'm not sure if that was a service he provides or whatever, but
he does a lot of VA outsourcing type services too. Now it seems like. So
interesting stuff for sure, but not something I played around with. Live F1 fan, to be honest.
Just in time for the end, Ryan. Thank you for being
here. Nice picture, Ryan. It's amazing what Mid-Journey can do to your face. Brad, maybe you could use Mid-Journey.
I'm improving this. Yeah, he looks like he should be in The Incredibles. You just do the whole tour, Dirty? They just follow I saw that Endeavor bought WWE recently. Did you see that? The same company that bought out UFC just bought World Wrestling Entertainment.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah, for like I think $9 billion.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's insane. Dan Jones says, thanks for your advice. Ryan says he is incredible. Maeve says, thanks, guys. Darren Muzzy, podcast hosting one favorites. Buzzsprout is one, but Anchor FM in terms of distribution of that podcast is a good one. It pushes it out to a whole bunch of other places. Those are the two that I've been messing around with in recent
times. You get
time.
much traction on those, like putting out the podcast and shit?
Not a huge amount, to be honest. I think I would need to change. I think people are fucking sick and tired of SEO podcasts.
I would think, yeah.
Talking the same.
It's such a small sub niche of marketing, anyway. Like,
yeah. I don't know if I would need to broaden the guests, into getting more businessy stuff on, or
you're gonna have to have something provocative.
Yeah.
And meet some porn stars while you're there, and then just have one like marketing in the porn industry or something, and have like a whole thing about that, like a bunch of different shows back to back to back about that, and I bet that'll get some traction.
Yeah. Good ideas.
We got to build you up so you can end up being on Rogan. That's
the dream.
Yeah, and then you're done.
Yeah, but Darren didn't mean. I thought you meant the platform, Darren. Sorry. His brother is starting a health podcast. Any favorites?
I just listen to investing podcasts if I listen to anything. So
investing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think a lot of people need to understand that stuff more. Finance, businessy, investing.
Well, it all comes down, like if you've got cash flow coming in from SEO or whatever, we've got pretty good margins. Then you need to figure out how to allocate that money coming in as opposed to just sitting there in a relatively safe way. So that's
That's
what I do.
That's what my talk's going to be on at SEO Spring Training, diversifying your income streams.
That's I did the Corona presentation, like in the middle of, all of that, the 2-week flatten the curve. I think that was at one of Dory's things when she just strictly did an online one, and it was all about diversifying revenue streams. It was all online based, but I mean, in my opinion, and this is my next bigger thing to tackle. If you follow like what Mike and I have been talking about, like niche down, figure out like where you want to focus on. So say it's water damage, do that, figure that industry out, figure out how to market in that industry, and then go find a fucking company that's for sale that doesn't know how to market. Take that, blow it out, and you can either keep it as cash cow or flip it. So that's what everyone, in my opinion, should be using to diversify. It's not necessarily diversifying across niches. It's diversifying across revenue streams on that.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, but it's not always about doing it online as well.
That's why I want to get. Yeah, I need to start diversifying away from strictly online. But yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, Cody Sanchez. I watch her shit sometimes.
Cody Sanchez. But yeah, let's make an AI version. In fact, Holly Starks messaged me last week. And she messaged me this voice clip. And I'm like, it's a real shitty Scottish accent. And she's like, that's you. And I'm like, that's not me. That's like the shittest AI voice ever. She's like, no, dude, that sounds so like you. But what Holly was fucking around with was doing AI podcasts with me and Chris Palmer. And none of the voices sound good, but yeah, she's fucking around with that stuff.
She should do that and then continually ask you to, the AI version, be like, so who do you think is the best SEO of all time? They're like, Holly Starks. Or, just keep doing it.
Do something like that.
Yeah,
Known Holly.
Doing.
Yeah. But yeah, Holly's always fucking around with something. Be interesting to see how it all pans out. Yeah. But anyway, we're 6 minutes overtime.
I get paid extra today.
Yeah, definitely.
Spring break.
Set up the AI to answer questions in your live stream. Could do. And we just won't need.
It just seems like a lot of work to come up with the questions and then feed it into the AI.
Yeah, it's easier just to do it.
I'd rather just not do a fucking podcast.
Having a blast in Vegas, I kind of am.
Did you ride the roller coaster in New York?
Nope.
I'll go do that. Have you seen it?
Nah.
You're right there. It's right by MGM. It's a roller coaster. It looks like an old cab, and it like goes out onto the strip and shit.
Oh, so I have seen that.
Yeah.
Right at the MGM.
Yeah, it's right across the street. It's on the same side of the street, but yeah, it's right across the alley or whatever you would call it. Yeah, it's at New York.
Yeah, I seen it. I didn't go on it.
Yeah, go on that.
Come on, man.
Do it. Which side of the strip are you closest to? Like the MGM side or like the Wynn down further?
So I'm up North Vegas now. I'm up near the mountains. I'm like nowhere near the strip.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well,
you go into the Gold Nugget. You can go ziplining on Fremont Street.
I'm going to go down and see Floyd Mayweather later on.
Is he doing an event or is he just like signing shit?
He's just at his boxing gym.
Oh yeah, kid that used to train at our gym trains with Mayweather now.
Dude, you can pay $2,000 and go and get trained by his dad for the day.
Oh really? That'd probably be worth it. But yeah,
make a few tips.
Jay's on all of Mayweather's undercards now for like his freak show fights and stuff. He's the guy that you remember when Mayweather's bodyguard got knocked out by the Japanese guy. Jay, the next fight, fought the Japanese guy that knocked out the bodyguard and beat him.
Fuck's sake.
He's good.
Zip line in Fremont and hang out with the topless nuns.
Yes. Go to Heart Attack Grill, the big ass burgers and shit. You'd like that. Yeah. You walk in, they put like the scrubs on you.
Nice.
Like hospital gown. Yeah. All the girls are dressed like nurses. If you don't finish your burger, you get spanked in front of everyone.
Come on, man.
I promise. Go. Find someone that's out there with you and just fucking go over there and eat there one night. It's good. It's a good burger and good fries, just like basic food, but it's fucking good.
Oh man.
Go check it out.
But
I expect to see.
One last question from Heinrich. Something weird. New site blog articles meta title shows now spacing with words all in one sentence without spacing, but on meta title on the CMS, everything looks in order. Hope this makes sense. Do you know why Google will index it like that? You ever seen?
His CMS could be fucking it up. Is it WordPress or something else? It could be the theme. It could be a bunch of different shit. But yeah, I don't think Google's just going to take out the spacing and stuff. But
No.
They'll rewrite the title, but you'll be able to tell when they rewrite the title. But yeah, I would check. I would look at the tech.
Webflow. He's
Yeah.
using.
I would assume it's something to do with Webflow then.
Yeah.
I'd look into that. Get on their support and see if they know anything about it.
But on that note, guys, we are out of time. Well
Way
out of
past
time.
that.
But we will be back at the same time next week. Do check out press releases by 38 Digital Market. The link is below. And we will be back, as I say, same time next week. See you later.